So now that you've done the exercise of what floats your boat, just have a look at the links below to research each of the individual roles. This will help you to get a better understanding of the tasks that are involved in each of them. There is one role that has grown particularly well in terms of creating placement and internship opportunities, and that is procurement. Procurement is a role that has lots of different tasks and responsibilities, and these can vary depending on the industry that you're working in. So in a nutshell, procurement is the buying of goods and services. But don't let me tell you about it. Louise is one of our placement students who worked for Williams Advanced Engineering. She's very kindly done this video to talk you through her experience of working in the procurement team and what it's like working for Williams Advanced Engineering.
Thinking differently. Looking to the future. With rapid innovation. To produce inspired engineering that enables a sustainable future. Williams Advanced Engineering. Advantage engineered.
I am the Junior Procurement Coordinator for Williams Advanced Engineering, and we work with clients to develop mainly aerodynamic projects as well as batteries and electrification and lightweighting, which involves composites. My responsibilities involve managing the purchasing of goods, services and materials for various programs. So the procurement department is split into teams, and each team works on different projects, sort of in different sectors. So we work in motorsport, automotive, defence, healthcare, aerospace. So on a day-to-day basis, I am in constant contact with suppliers, ordering parts which have been designed by our in-house engineers. So this involves lots of good communication skills on the phone, email, also face-to-face. We get a lot of our suppliers in regularly to talk to them. We have an in-house purchasing system which involves raising purchase orders, sending these out to suppliers, and expediting, which basically means chasing the orders in, making sure that they're on time and match the specifications. I love working at Williams Advanced Engineering. It has such a friendly, open environment. It's still a sort of small to medium-sized business, so at the moment I think there are just over 300 employees on the engineering side. But we're all under one roof. It's one massive office. There are no walls. Only sort of the very senior management have offices, but it's very much an open door policy. So very often I'll sort of knock on the financial director's door and pop in to ask him to sign a form. It's very friendly, very open culture. There's not a massive hierarchy. You don't go up and up and up forever. It's, you know, I sit opposite the head of procurement and I chat to him on a daily basis. So it's a very open environment, very friendly. It's all about teamwork and collaboration. I think it's put me in much better stead to come into fourth year and sort of develop my studies, especially with my dissertation. I think it's going to really set me up for the workplace. I think if you complete your placement, you will be leagues ahead of people who haven't done a placement. I think you'll be a lot more employable. They're going to be a lot more likely to pull you in for interview, you know, especially, you know, if you've done a lot with your placement, it's going to be a really interesting talking point for your interviews. So I think just make the most of it, learn as much as you can, ask as many questions as you can. You know, people love sort of chatting to you, particularly if they're passionate about it. You know, they will give you advice, they will train you. I'd say it depends what industry you're going into. If you're going into an engineering industry as a procurement officer, have a Google of some technical drawings before you start. Learn the very basics of how they're set out, because they're all set out in a very specific way because they're all standardised. As a wider procurement, I say remember to read emails really carefully. It sounds silly, but a lot of slip-ups are made because someone has misread an email. Make sure that you're organised, you know how to prioritise tasks. Make sure that you're confident on the phone. You'll spend a lot of time on the phone to suppliers or clients. Be prepared for anything. Quite often I show up to work on a Monday. I have no idea what's going to happen that week. You've got to be prepared to just roll your sleeves up, get on with it, but be prepared to enjoy it, because you will love it. I think it's massively developed my confidence within procurement, but also just any placement. You have to be confident. You have to sort of back yourself. So it's really improved that from my aspect, sort of talking from someone who's sort of on my level on placement, going right up to the financial director. I've sort of had contact with sort of everyone in between. So it's sort of learning how to communicate in an appropriate way, sort of be professional around the workplace. Definitely improved my communication skills, both, like I said, with my colleagues and also suppliers. I've definitely developed my sort of computational skills, so I've used various different programs for purchasing and also engineering programs. Also improved my Excel skills, which is vital in the workplace. I've really realised how important Excel is. So I'd say to anyone watching, really make sure you work on them now while you have a chance. And I think I've just matured as a person. I think I've grown up a lot this year. It's really taught me a lot about myself and about what it's like to work in industry.